Please, wake. I can't lose you.
Princess Sanorita will visit the Grand Marketplace today.
She arrived in her golden carriage, and as she stepped out, people bowed in respect. The princess smiled gently as she walked through the colorful stalls, watching the cheerful chaos of the market. Among the crowd was a mysterious man carrying a basket on his head, shouting,
Dahlias and roses. But beware, whoever buys them will also buy sorrow and tears, for a prince is trapped within their fragrance.
People laughed and stayed away. No one wanted sorrow. But Sanorita's heart was touched. She could not understand the meaning of sorrow and tears, but the beauty of the flowers enchanted her. She ordered the entire basket to be brought to her royal garden. Days passed. The flowers grew brighter, more dazzling. But with their beauty, Sanorita's heart grew restless.
Why does my heart feel so empty among such beauty?
She dreamed of a handsome young prince, his eyes filled with pain, reaching out to her before vanishing into mist. One dawn, before the sun touched the hills, she went to the garden and saw a white rabbit with bright blue eyes leaping among the flowers. When she lifted him gently, she felt something strange. His eyes were not of an animal, but of a soul that knew love and sorrow. From that day, the rabbit began visiting her chamber every night. He would steal ribbons, her silk handkerchiefs, once even a golden chain with the king's portrait. People in the palace laughed, saying the princess had fallen in love with a mere animal. But when the rabbit stopped coming, Sanorita's heart sank. Days turned gray. She could not eat or smile. Then one stormy evening, she went out in the rain, barefoot, her hair soaked, her eyes searching through the wet garden.
Where are you?
Suddenly, a flicker in the bushes. The white rabbit stood there, raindrops shining on his fur like pearls. Sanorita smiled for the first time in weeks. She held out her trembling hands, lifted him close to her chest, and whispered,
Why do you leave me, my little one? I waited every night.
The rabbit blinked softly and touched his nose to her palm, as if making a silent promise. But the next morning he was gone, forever. Sanorita fell ill, pale and weak, lost in sorrow. The royal doctor said, only joy can heal her. Songs, festivals, laughter. None of it worked, until one day, an old storyteller woman came to the palace. She claimed to know a tale that could heal hearts. As she began to speak, Sanorita listened half-heartedly until she heard the word rabbit. Her eyes opened wide.
The story spoke of a hidden underground palace, of a prince turned into a rabbit by a cruel sorcerer's curse. Sanorita sat up. This is my story, she whispered. She insisted they go find him. The princess, her maid, and the old woman followed the path to a magical millstone where a golden donkey appeared, carrying 2 shining baskets. They stepped in, and the earth opened beneath them. When they reached the underground palace, invisible hands opened the doors. They wandered through glittering halls until they found a chamber where young Prince lay motionless on a marble floor. His skin was pale, his heart still.
Sanorita recognized him instantly, the prince from her dreams. She knelt beside him, tears falling onto his chest. The first tear touched his heart, and it began to beat. The second fell on his lips, and he smiled. The third landed on his forehead, and his eyes opened, shining blue. The palace came alive with music and laughter. The invisible servants became human again. The celebration of freedom had begun. And so, the prince and Princess Sanorita were married. Their love brought peace to both kingdoms.